Welcome back to another episode of Pine Stars and another meeting with Al Reddy called Behind the Dish. We've got some special guests today, it looks like. Al, why don't you go ahead and introduce these special guests you have on your end?
Well, the one in the foreground here is Evie, one of my 10-year-old twin daughters, and the one in the background is Allie, the other one of my identical twin 10-year-old daughters.
I can't tell them apart. They look so identical.
Neither can I.
I can't. So how do you guys ever like switch roles and like?
Oh yeah, that's easy. Okay.
Do you guys ever switch and try and confuse your dad from time to time?
Yeah, they can't. That was a joke right there. They cannot. I cannot, or I can tell them apart very easily.
You can. Okay.
Yeah. All there's no way they can switch on me. Now they can on other people. But
hey, it'd be pretty cool if you could on your parents though.
They can't fool dear old dad.
You can never slip rock old dad. That'll never happen.
Well, you can't slip rock a slip rocker, period.
Oh, that's so true. Well, hey, let's hop in here. So kind of before we get in and kind of talking about the overall record last weekend series and moving into this series coming up with Southwest Baptist. You've been watching the World Baseball Classic, haven't you?
I have, as a matter of fact. What a blunder that was last night.
It really was. But I want to go back to a previous game when the U.S. played Mexico, and sticking with the catcher theme of obviously behind the dish is what we call this segment. Cal Raleigh not shaking his teammate's hand from Mexico that he's on the team with at Seattle. What's your take on that?
Poor sportsmanship would be my take on it. I mean, what's wrong with shaking somebody's hand? I mean, I understand why they want to, they're kind of, enemies until the end of the game, so to speak. But, it's an international event and, there's nothing wrong with good sportsmanship. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Now, do you call it poor sportsmanship or do you think it's more of kind of the competitive nature saying, hey,
I think
we've never beaten Mexico?
From a player's perspective, I think it's not considered poor sportsmanship, I guess, so to speak. If you're the player doing it, he might think, well, this guy's putting me in a bad position. I don't want to. We're not shaking hands until the game's over. But I think from the fans' perspective, and it is, I mean, this event is a lot for the fans. It's as much for the fans as it is for the players. So I think it just looks bad.
Okay, all right, that's fair because again, I'm going to get the take of Brian and Brad too.
Oh, I can tell you what they're going to say. They're going to be on the opposite end of that one.
Well, I'll say I'm on the opposite end of it as well.
I have no fucking problem with that. And I get like you're between the lines, but like, but if this game like that I'm playing right now, I don't know whatever's outside the game is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
You're not on my team right now, so
we're going to be teammates in 2 weeks. Not today.
So you got the same sentiment there, Remke, right? Like
100%. Well,
okay.
We can be buddies later, but for these next 3 hours, no.
All right, agreed. And I think today's day and age, everybody's buddy, right? It's like you have your buddy, but if you go back and like Tom Brady back in the day, like he hated everybody. He never had dinner with Peyton Manning, Drew Brees. He never had dinner with those guys because he hated them, right?
Yeah.
They're buddies now that they've retired, right? But I think he said he could one hand how many times he had dinner with opposing players, especially quarterbacks and things like that. I mean, you got to have that mindset.
100%.
And like Pete Rose back there, he would run over his mom just to score a run.
I think he did.
Well, he trucked. Oh gosh, what's the guy's name? In the All-Star game, ended his career.
Why don't you take? What's your take on that one? So you're playing a game, and another girl offers to shake your hand before the game, and what do? Do you shake her hand, or do you say no?
Shake her hand. Shake her hand.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Maybe having kids here might affect the way that I respond to, I guess. But
we're seeing a different side of Al right now. That's
good sportsmanship.
So looking back this past weekend, you guys took 3 out of 4. Very easily could have been 4 out of 4, right? Being 4-0 on the weekend.
Yes.
Right. Let that first game slip away. Had another extra inning game that you guys came out on top. Give us a little recap of kind of, hey, how the weekend went, what the first conference series,
Yeah.
what the emotions were like with the team, and just give us a little overview of what took place over
Yeah,
last
I
weekend.
think again, you're trying to win every series, and yeah, we accomplished our goal. We went 3-1 on the weekend. We could have been 4-0, but I think 3-1 was probably how it should have been. We probably should have hung on to game one, and then there were I think it was game two. We were down, I don't know, 9-4 maybe at one point, and probably they should have came out on top of that one. So I mean, it all comes out in the wash. At the end of the day, that's why it's a series, So 3-1 is what we were after. If you get four, you get all four, it's a bonus. But yeah, we did our job.
So from the bat side of things, I know you said a short porch, a lot of wind blowing out this weekend. Saw a couple leave the yard.
Yeah, we actually played at SIUE. We actually played at Edwardsville. They McKendree does have a turf field, but it was just a turf infield, and so their outfield was unplayable. So we just played the whole series over at SIUE, but it was still pretty windy at times, and it was more so of a normal size field. But the ball did leave the yard a few times. For us and for them. I mean, if you hit it, it was going to go. I'll tell you my biggest takeaway from this weekend. It all started at our scout meeting on Friday morning before we went over to the ballpark. We have Coach Holdsworth. So he's his son, both of his sons, Macy Holdsworth and his other son Chancey, both played for us too as well. And he's been doing he is our mental strength coach, mental training coach. And he meets with the team typically face-to-face once a week in the fall. And then in the spring, he puts together these videos that we show during our scout meetings. And he made a point about, hey, high-frequency emotions, like you want to stay positive and stay on that high-frequency level. When you make an error, you make a mistake, you tend to drop down to that low-frequency mental capacity where it's like, yeah, I'm embarrassed. I'm a little bit embarrassed. I'm a little bit ashamed. I feel like I might have cost my team. And I'm not saying you're not going to make the next play with that mentality, but you're much less likely to make the next play. And that was the message going into the series. Like, we're going to make a mistake. It's baseball. It's the next pitch and the next play. And I was really proud of our bunch. When we did make a mistake, it didn't typically spiral out of control. One inning on this entire weekend, I think we had we had a physical error that ended up leading to 5 unearned runs, and that was in game 2, and that was it. That was basically it. So in 4 games. So I was very, very proud of the guys for that, and it definitely leveled us up. I think it so to speak.
Yeah. I don't think there's enough talk about kind of the mental aspect of the game. I know when we played, right, I don't think we ever talked about the mental side of things, right? But nowadays, I think you look at baseball, it's a game of failure, in all honesty, right? And if you can't deal with that failure and you're constantly looking back at the last play or 2 plays before that, right, where you had a bad at bat, you carried to the field.
Yeah.
There's so much to be said about that. And it starts at an early age. I think the sooner you can understand that as a baseball player, just in sports in general, it's going to be so much better for you long term. I mean, even in the real world.
I think that the mental game is so far overlooked nowadays. Most of the good teams, they do employ some sort of strategy in that regard. Yeah. But if you take back to when we played, you're talking about a bunch of Gen Xers, like you had to be mentally tough, like just to survive day to day. I mean, so it was less of a, it was less of a, a point of emphasis as it is today. But there's a huge competitive advantage out there for the teams that are willing to, talk about these things and help their guys get better, because the players are better. They are better. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. There's no question about that. They've had access to more training and whatnot. So there's just so much more access to information and how to train. The players are better. I mean, and so when you get somebody that could use a boost in that area and you can give it to them, man, that the sky's the limit for that guy, in my opinion.
For sure. I think that's great. How long have you guys been doing that at UIndy now? With
We've
the
been
mental
doing
side of it?
this in some way, shape, or form since 2016, 15, 16, somewhere
Okay.
around there. Coach Holdsworth's been doing it. He's been our main guy since basically COVID.
Yeah. Really cool. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Again, I don't think the mental side of things is talked about enough, especially in the sports side of things, and just how you gotta, you know, get the negativity out of your mind, and yet it festers, right? I mean, if it's in there, it's just going to keep festering and growing, and the sooner you can get that out, and not worry about the past, the better it's going to be.
It
So
makes a
glad to
big
hear that.
difference.
That is awesome. That is awesome. You made some lineup changes last weekend, which looks like it probably worked out for you. Some pitching changes, things of that nature. What are you looking forward for this week? Are you going to make some additional changes, or are you going to kind of keep things the same?
Well,
What's
I
on the
think
docket?
two of the big ones to look for is we're slated to get Bennett Rogers back on the mound. Of course, he's as good a bona fide number one as anybody. I don't know if he'll be able to pitch, that long. Of course, he's not ramped up. We might use him as an opener type guy. His first start, I don't know what game he's going to go yet. But look for him if he's feeling good that he'll probably hit the mound this weekend. And then we get Carter Thomas back too, as well as our center fielder.
Good. I mean, having, I think up the middle is very important, right? Your shortstop, your second baseman, your center fielder, your catcher, right? And you've had some people play out of position over these past couple of weeks with injuries and, maybe, other things that have come up. That's a big part of your outfield, right? And I mean, just defensively as a whole, having people playing some different positions that may not be used to it or accustomed to it. So, looking forward to kind of seeing how that transpires this weekend and looking at that. So,
if Carter Thomas,
you mentioned Bennett.
When Carter Thomas is healthy, he's as good a ball player as anybody out there. He is a heck of a kid, and he makes some Sports Center highlight plays in the outfield, and he gets on base and causes havoc on the base paths, and he's just a huge lift to an offense if he's healthy.
Again, you win every series, you're going to be in a great spot for the end of the year. Now, typically you do this with Bates, but as any baseball player, there's superstitions, right?
Oh yeah.
So because you guys went 3-1 and took the series, and Bates has done nothing up to this point worth a damn, right? We kicked him out. And so I've kind of the mainstay right now. So if this continues on, I'm going to be the guy that's doing the behind the dish with Al Reddy every week.
Well, what I would suggest is, let's say we go 3-1 again this weekend. What I would suggest is you bring back Remke and Bates, and maybe we'll get 4-0 the following weekend. That's what I would suggest.
Well, we could do that, but do you want to really mess with anything, right? If it's going right? You make adjustments, but you don't know if you really change. I don't know.
Okay. Good point. Good point.
So with that being said, of superstitions and baseball players being a creature of habit, what was your thing back in the day that was your superstition? I mean, I know you're a hockey player. You probably didn't wash your uniform ever. That was probably the one thing that you did. But what was your superstition back in the day?
I didn't wear sleeves, so I guess I didn't wear sleeves. I didn't wear batting gloves, but that wasn't really a superstition, so to speak. To tell you the truth, I really wasn't that superstitious, but I will say this. I understand the importance of superstition. My previous pitching coach, Adam Cornwell, was very superstitious. Him and EJ, my top assistant now, they used to have to get Taco Bell breakfast before every game, and there was all kinds of things. There was different colored shoes that they had to wear and whatnot, and they would always get on me about, oh, you're wearing the wrong color shoes. Here's how I look at it. If I can make your day better by simply wearing a certain pair of shoes or eating at a certain restaurant or something like that, I am more than happy to do that, But from an overall superstition standpoint, I am not superstitious at all,
Okay. All right. Well, I like that. I think, again, I always ate Cinnamonies before the game, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
I got there early, ate Cinnamon. That was my thing.
Yeah. Well, you had to get there early, because if you got there and you were eating them in front of Vought, I mean, that wasn't going to go over well.
Don't do that. Even if you're there 15 minutes early, it doesn't.
Don't eat the Cinnamonies in front of Vought.
In the dugout. Don't do it. So, all right. Well, good. Hey, we wish you guys nothing but the best of luck this coming weekend.
Do you have anything to add regarding the Greyhounds in the series versus the SBU Bearcats this weekend?
I do.
Go ahead.
You're doing good.
Thank you. Evie?
I hope you make it to the championship. And I want to go to Cary regardless.
You want to go back to Cary? These girls love going to Cary. They love the hotels.
Hey.
They just love traveling around with the team. It's spring break for us right now. Spring break 2026. Boulevard, Missouri. Did you get your shirt? Your t-shirt?
I did not get my t-shirt.
Neither did I. Yeah, neither did I.
Do not let these girls down. They want to go back to Cary, North Carolina. They want to stay in the hotels. They want to see it all. So I think they're getting a little spoiled with what you guys have been doing. So let's keep that train rolling, right?
Well, somebody's going to win the whole thing. It might as well be us, is the way I look at it.
Might as well be the Hounds. That's it. All right. Well, hey, Al and guest, thank you for your time today. Always a pleasure, and always enjoy sitting down with you on Behind the Dish. So until next time.
Likewise. Looking forward to seeing the show.
All right. Sounds good. See y'all. Take care.
All right. See you.
I get that we said we weren't going to change anything, but there are some things we need to talk about, especially after the Greyhounds go out and get a series win last weekend at McKendree. Kurt, I really appreciate you taking the time to catch up with Coach Reddy Behind the Dish again this week. And, you know, I don't want to change things up. Like I said, once you get on a streak, you don't change, but you can always, you don't change some things, but you can add a little bit. And Greyhounds look good. Ultimately, probably should have won all four games. That first game on Friday kind of slipped through their fingers, but anything stand out to you guys from the last weekend?
Well, before we dive into it, one, Brad, I'm really glad you're back on the mend.
Oh,
Kurt and I were very concerned. We knew you were down with that new butt fungus, but topical antibiotic ointments and what they're able to do this day and age. I mean, look at you, a walking, talking success. And we're glad to have you back. You're the face of the operation. So I'm glad to see you're on the mend. And
thank you.
From what we can tell from here, sitting comfortably this week.
I've got a donut, and doctors were concerned, but I thank you for the acknowledgement. Thank you, Brian.
I mean, just holy shit! I was not expecting to go that way. I mean, I threw out Zeke, and I thought you were going to have a small, tiny hit. I didn't think any fucking butt fungus. Man, it's the third for the fourth real quick. I'm not speechless often, but that time I was.
It's good to have you back, buddy.
I appreciate it. I'm back to good. Anyway,
but you know, I had to step in. I'm glad I could take over. You know, Rumpke had a job that he had to do, so he couldn't step in. So
of course,
I stepped in and came off the bench, and hey, I might be a mainstay now again. So
I mean, you are the shining example of what a Pine Star does.
That's right.
You're just waiting in the wings for your opportunity.
When you're called upon, you make the most of it. I mean, I might be the next Cal Ripken Jr. I might never leave.
That's a bold statement. It's bold,
but
I like it.
Or Bill Ripken. We don't know yet.
Billy.
Where's my bat? Anybody know that one? Probably not.
Oh yeah, there's a card floating around.
Yeah. Best one out there. All right.
So they took 3 out of 4 from McKendree, and had a big weekend for some guys. Bodie went off. Boss Baby hit 2 bombs in one game, unfortunately in a loss. But he scored 13 runs twice on the weekend.
Yep.
It wasn't that they earned them all. There was several bases loaded walks, but at the same time.
Real nice outing from Jaron Short. The 6-2 game. And really that one, it was a 2-2 ball game until they got free baseball. They went 10. So I think give credit to the pitching staff for keeping them in on that one. Because the other one's playing a little bingo. You got some 13-run games, and even that first one, that 6-7 back forth, which probably slipped through their fingers a little bit, but Boss Baby leaving the building a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of guys just stepping up. I mean, Luke Smock had a big weekend. Like he continues to perform. Garrett Rush continues to be consistent and ready. Coach switched, kind of switched up the lineup a little bit, moved Rush into the leadoff spot. We were gonna talk about this a little bit, but obviously Friday is Friday the 13th, and they're opening up against Southwest Baptist. But I need some feedback on something because I texted you guys earlier this week and I still don't think I got an answer from you. But so I needed to catch up with games, wanted to get working from home now. I want to be able to kind of watch some games and things like that. So I ponied up the $30 on the GLBC network, right? I'm going to watch games. I tuned in on Friday. They lose the game 6-7. Had it on in the background while I'm working. They lose 6-7. Okay. Come out, watch a little bit Saturday morning, had our own little practice up in Westfield, came down and started watching the noon game. Anytime I had it on, McKendree scoring runs, UIndy's not. So I turn it off. Look on my phone, all of a sudden it's 4-4 on Saturday morning. I'm like, okay, let me turn it back on. Turn it back on. I watch McKendree score 5 runs in an inning. It's 9-4. Turn it back off. Turn it back off. UIndy ends up winning the game 13-12.
Right.
So then I'm thinking, okay, I'm the problem.
Yeah, well, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't
You
watch.
are the problem.
Thank you.
You are the problem.
So
You're
my
like a
question
bad
is,
penny.
I
Common denominator.
obviously can't watch any more games, but do I have to keep paying $30 a month, you think,
So I say you
for the
do.
GLBC network subscription?
I think you do, because that's like the baseball gods, right? Like you don't want to piss off the baseball gods.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Like
the
I'm
thing
obviously
you
not
can
going
get
to
out of it,
watch.
Rumpke's like he's a number cruncher, right? So I think he knows something about taxes. I'm sure you get a write off on that.
Absolutely. Business deduction all day long. Scotty's in my ear saying we've got the revenue to cover it.
Okay.
So I think we roll with it.
Well, I think we are close to getting that gold bond sponsorship. So if that happens, we could all have a subscription.
Anything. Yeah.
Maybe if we had that sponsorship beforehand, you wouldn't have got that butt fungus.
We all know where fungus
Full
is.
circle.
All right. Speaking of that, Kurt, a couple episodes ago, you introduced us to some of the greatest college mascots that you found a list of. We need to continue our list. So you gave us, I think you said it's a list of 6. So you gave us
yeah, so we have the boll weevils, the geoduck, the pickle. What else do we have? I think that was really it.
Those were the 3. Yeah.
Those were 3. So I thought we could probably, I'm going to cut some of these out because it's not worth even our time, right? We're not going to talk about an artichoke. I think that's just really stupid. So no artichoke. We're going to get going. I think everybody's going to really enjoy this one, though. Dartmouth is Kagi the Keg. I think very appropriate for college.
Ooh.
Kagi the Keg. I mean, that's
Kagi the Keg. Isn't Dartmouth an Ivy League school?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Yeah, you got to be pretty.
Yeah, they're good to cover the cost of the keg, but they're getting worked in beer pong.
Now, I mean, again, it is unofficial. These are kind of like unofficial that like the school hasn't adopted. I guess the students has carried on this tradition. Most of these, so, but I think it's a solid mascot. I mean, no.
For a smooth 90,000 a year, I'm sure. Yeah, why wouldn't you?
So,
all right, what else you got?
So this might be, I mean, this is a solid one. University of California, Santa Cruz, Sammy the banana slug.
But it's not just any banana slug. It's one in particular. It's Sammy.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that. Is he special? Like, what do you think he's known for?
Who, the slug?
Yeah. What's Sammy known for? Why is he so special?
I'm going to go on a limb here. They're from California, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing I guess I can say this on the show. I'm guessing he's a pot smoking banana slug. California, that's what they do out there.
That's all I do.
So Sammy lives in his parents' basement, is what you're saying.
Yeah. No job.
I think they have ears. Does he got a J behind his ear? Is that just kind of how he slides around?
Oh, that would be a nice addition. I bet that's their unofficial logo.
Yeah.
Now I will say 92 though, Sports Illustrated named Sammy the Slug the top mascot in all of sports.
That's special. You don't wear that heavy as the crown, right? I mean, you don't wear that crown if you don't deserve it.
No. I think it's a great. I mean, I've seen the mascot. I think it's great. I think it's phenomenal. Love it. I do like the boll weevil though, just the name because it rolls off the tongue. But go on.
Kurt, is Delta State on your list by chance?
I do not have Delta State.
Can I throw in a variable here? Let's just go with an extra. The Fighting Okra.
Ooh.
They're a fighting Southern cuisine.
If you
it's only good when it's fried.
Montgomery, Alabama base, right?
Yeah.
We had that visit to the zoo.
Yes, with the peacocks or chasing us around.
Fried okra.
Yeah.
Remember that? It was actually pretty good.
J.C. Yates used to love him some fried okra.
The
fried okra. Yeah, Kurt, is there any more on your list?
I do have one. And this is the top one. So I don't want to drag this out for weeks on it. I'm just going to cut to the chase. You ready?
This is number one.
Okay. And again, it's the unofficial mascot, but this is what the students have adopted.
Right.
Rhode Island School of Design, Scrody the Nads. Their mascot is a giant cock and balls. The walking penis. So if you want, just look it up on your internet. Don't do it at work. It might get fired. Look it up on your phone. So this is what it says. The basketball team is known as the Balls, and the hockey team goes by the name the Nads. So, hold on. The basketball cheerleaders even go by the name the Jock Straps, since they support the Balls. I mean, the Rhode Island School of Design, Scrody the Nads. Look it up, everybody.
I think, hey, here's the thing. Do you think the three of us could get a COVID year and get one more year of eligibility and enroll in RISD, the Rhode Island School of Design, and just to get the jersey?
I think there's no doubt we would make the team. I mean, I'd be the biggest dick there was.
Do you feel like that would be a smooth transition?
No, there's no transition.
Oh,
walk right into that one.
Shit.
You may not be superstitious, but you're at least a little stitious. So what are you doing from game to game so you don't ruin it? Like pay your $30.
Are you talking about right now? Like what did I do like back in the day playing?
What did you do when you were the Cal Raleigh?
Oh, okay. I mean, I think there was little thing. I mean, obviously, I think everybody's got there, and I don't think these are superstitions, but like, you think of Nomar Garcia-Parra with all the touches and the glove rips in between every pitch, right? The 13 touches and all that thing. I mean, to me, it was a lot of the prep work. I wanted to make sure that I was prepping the same, even down to and I still do this today. And I thought about it the other day was I'm a left sock first and then right. And it's like, if I need a good vibe, which game day, if you look good, you feel good, you play good, big fan of that. So I'm a left sock on first, that kind of thing.
Left sock, right sock, antibacterial cream.
Yeah. Kurt?
I mean, I always had. I have to say, putting everything on the same way every single time, right? I mean, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I was a cinnamon guy. I had to have cinnamon before every game. Like
Mhm.
I had them, and then one day that was put in. Oh, look at this on the show. Oh my goodness!
There's millions of tens of viewers.
Our 13 viewers. We might go up to 16 after this weekend. With that,
She won't subscribe.
well, it's a good problem. No, I'm a cinnamon guy, so that was put to an end. So,
All right, without getting into all of the 1s, 2s, and 3s of the process, the one that I still to this day still do, I preload a belt. I don't put pants on and then put the belt on. The belt goes in first.
So you do that even getting ready for work today? You put the belt in 1st
Mhm.
Is that so you don't miss a loop?
Do what?
Is that so you don't miss a loop, or
That's a pleasant pick me up from that process, but it's just like I'm gonna put these pants on. I'm ready to go.
I was getting ready to say it's either that or like your mom picked out your clothes until you were a senior in high school and she wanted to make sure that you look nice, so she put your belt on your pants for you.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come over to your house. I'm gonna put all your left socks inside of your right socks, so when you go to put them on, you put them on backwards. Hey, like that.
Don't threaten me with a good time. So
No, there was other quirks in there, but it was a preloaded belt every time.
I've never heard of that. I'll be honest. I've never
that's
heard
a
of
new
a
one
belt.
too. Never heard of that. But I like it. That's you. You do you.
Yeah, no, it's fucking weird.
How do you
Hey,
get that?
Hey, patient 0 over there has got a problem with my preloaded belt.
All right. This weekend, they've got a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series against Southwest Baptist Bearcats.
Can
Do
I
you
ask a question?
think? I do. Yeah, but I have a question for you too. So go ahead.
No, you first. Your show.
Nope. You interrupted me. Go ahead. Go ahead, belt swindler.
Kurt, did you notice that that was a soft flex that he just gave? He was like, "No, you first," even though he acknowledged it's his show. I felt it.
I didn't acknowledge anything.
I think he slowly feels things slipping out of his grasp because he doesn't even get to do behind the dish anymore.
Well, no, they're slipping things out of his hands because he's got the antibacterial cream on him still. Yeah.
Are they in the Bible Belt?
They are in. I think it's called Bolivar, Missouri.
Yeah, I don't think. I think they're too far north, but they know people in the Bible Belt.
Yeah, they have cousins.
Like first, people they'll see at Thanksgiving are in the Bible Belt.
In a dry county.
Here we go with Southwest Baptist. They're 7-9 on the year. Okay, not in a too dissimilar record than what the Hounds are right now. But they just lost 3 out of 4 to Rockhurst. Sounds familiar, McKendree, losing 3 out of 4. But Rockhurst is good, and Rockhurst is coming in not this weekend, obviously, the home opener series at UIndy on March 20th. Rockhurst is going to be here, and they're pretty stacked. But without getting too far ahead of ourselves, you've got a team that's coming off a 3-loss weekend, and a Greyhound team who's coming off a 3-win weekend, and it really kind of looked like. I mean, look, they had their ups and downs, made some errors, left some runners on base. But winning a weekend series is something they have not done this year. So I like the vibe that they're rolling into. One of the other things that I noticed, and it just started thinking about it, I was getting honestly like concerned about the fact that they're playing all these 1-run ball games. And then you look at it, not just 1-run ball games, but I think they've played 5 or 6 extra inning ball games, and usually not 1 extra inning, but 2 or 3. So then you start thinking about this and that, and I'm thinking, man, that's a lot of ball. But then
and high stress ball, right?
But then I start thinking about the benefit of more reps that these guys are getting, in-game reps, in intense situations. I think all of this that they're going through at the beginning of the year is really going to pay dividends down the road because of the extra ABs they're getting, the extra amount of pitching that's going to have to go on, guys taking the rubber that maybe not would have gotten opportunities in games that didn't go extra innings. So I do kind of feel like this is a benefit.
Sure. Well, so we're looking ahead to the weekend. And we know what the Hounds have. Last I checked, we had 0 Baptist subscribers to the show.
Not one.
I don't feel like we're giving away too many secrets. If it's me and number 24 walks up to the plate, I'm just going 4. Put him on. That would be my advice.
Yeah.
If not, I think Kurt would be in the dugout yelling, throw it in the gap. He'd give that maybe a free Willie call coming out of that guy.
Yeah.
But in terms of, as they roll into the weekend one, yeah, you're coming off a good weekend. That rolls into the next. You're starting to see some guys heat up. And I think not only that, it's a good series like coming up. I think it's big, as you said, leads into the opening weekend next weekend against a good opponent. Brad, is this not the time for everybody's favorite part of the show, though?
Might be. Ding, ding, ding.
I think
is it time for our clicks to pick?
I think it's clicks to pick.
I think it's time for our clicks to pick.
The C to P.
All right. Last week, it was kind of that thing. We just needed the whole damn lineup, 1 through 9, and they did. They stepped up. But this week, we're going to get back to calling out certain individuals. Kurt, let us know what you got.
All right. So this individual, last 2 games against McKendree didn't have the best, appearance at bats, right? But the first 2 games was definitely did. So I think this individual kind of needs to get back to where they were leading up to those last 2 games, and kind of has a special place in my heart. I wore number 1. This individual wears number 1 now. He's got some nice lettuce. I like it. He's got a sweet duster. I like it. Joey Humphrey is who I'm going with, from Lewis Cass. So I'm putting all my eggs in one basket right now with old Joey Humphrey. So he's going to have a big weekend, get back off that from those last 2 games and kind of get back on the hit train there and have a big weekend here moving forward. So go get him, Joey.
I like it, Joey.
I like it. I'm Kurt. I don't mean to one up you, but
hold on. Are words new to you today?
Stuttering Stanley.
I'm gonna go with a mainstay in the lineup guy that's been there last year. He's a big part of the team last year. He's a big part of the team this year. I'm gonna go with Luke Smock, and not just because he's been a mainstay on the lineup, but also a guy that's starting to heat up a little bit. He's producing. Finished the weekend last week strong. Drove in 4 runs, scored 5 runs, hit a bomb. And he's starting to heat up. And kind of as we talked about, the more games they're playing, getting a little bit better weather. Not living inside, taking ground balls off the gym floor, being in the dome. Again, there's just guys that come up. There's guys that, if we're playing well, this is who we're going to see. And so that's why I got to go with Luke Smock.
He seems to be coming up to the plate in big situations a lot. And he's been able to get big bunts down or just base hits, and then he jacks one out of the park like he did on Sunday.
In Pride of Monticello. So
is that Indiana Beach? Is that
more important than Indiana? You go to the beach, man.
Hit the beach. Okay. My click to pick this week. We have not chosen him. We've been kind of leaving this young man alone because he's been producing. And I'm not saying he's not still producing, but I still think there's some left in the tank that this kid is gonna go. He's just gonna really show what he's got both offensively and defensively this week. And I'm gonna go with Garrett Rush. They moved him into the leadoff spot. Man, the games that I watched, unfortunately I had to turn it off, but the games that I watched, I just like his approach at the plate. He is locked in, and I like what he looks like in the field. I just feel like, man, the more reps he gets, the more opportunities he has on this team, he's gonna blow up. So my pick this week is Garrett Rush. Kurt, Rimke, any other final thoughts before we let go?
Nope, bet on last week and keep doing what you're doing. And for those of you that didn't get picked this week, we got you.
That was nice. That was really nice.
Did you like that?
That was very heartfelt.
Yeah, I was not expecting that of you.
From a guy who's been bringing up
get all that gray hair, you start getting a little sentimental, like the old bird. I mean, just go out there and kick some ass. Like, don't take names, kick some ass. Like, You know what to do. You guys have been doing this long enough.
All right, gentlemen.
Don't be a cock and balls though. Don't be an
Oh, don't be a cock and balls. Okay.
No, be a dick. Just don't. I mean,
All right,
I don't
fellas.
know where I'm going.
Who knows? We'll cut it all out anyway. All right, fellas. Really appreciate the time this week. Hounds, good luck this weekend. We'll catch you guys next week. Have a good one.
See you guys.